Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for jumping on today's um, update session. We're going to go through some of the new analytics page updates that we've rolled out recently. So we just want to kind of talk through what some of those changes have been that we've rolled out in the analytics marketplace over the last week or two, and just kind of talk through how you can access your different dashboards, how you can get into the custom report writer, and just some of the new features that we've implemented with the analytics marketplace here. So if anyone has any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to throw them in the chat. We'll make sure we answer some of those questions as we go along. But let's jump into some of these new updates that we've rolled out here. So the biggest change is everyone who's accessing the new analytics marketplace will kind of see a little bit of a refresh here to some of the tiles for the existing dashboards and kind of how we're organizing these new category system and just like I said, a nice refresh of the analytics marketplace. Instead of it kind of all being in one screen, we've taken the time to create these new custom tabs for the analytics page, right? So what this is going to allow us to do is not have just one screen that you can scroll through every single dashboard. You will have that with the view all option, where now you can kind of see all of the dashboards organized by text or most recent, least recent. We can organize them in those fashions here, but utilizing these new tabs along the top will be pretty helpful for organizing which dashboards we want to see on each of these pages. So you can create some of these new tabs along the top. So the custom executive, financial, HR, and project management are going to be the defaults once you log into the system, but we can create as many of these different tabs as need be. So if I wanted to create a new tab here, I can just simply click on the plus sign, create my new category, save it. So if I wanted one that just said billings, for example, I can save that, and then I will have my new tab listed across the top. So a little bit easier to create those new categories, those new tabs within the analytics page here, right? Now, what we can do is if you do create those new ones, you can always edit or remove those new categories. So you can always clean them up if I accidentally create too many or want to trim down, some of those custom ones that I've added to the system. Okay. Now, with all of the existing dashboards that are in here, to edit the permissions, previously you had to click into the dashboard, then there was the little settings icon at the top. Now what you'll see is the ability to click the three dot icon. We can either say, maybe I don't need to see this dashboard. I can put it in my hidden section. I can update the name of the dashboard itself, so you're not stuck with any of the preloaded names for each of the different dashboards. But then you can also pick and choose which category, which tab we want those dashboards to show up under. Okay, so organizing it is kind of the big thing here for all of the existing ones. Managing the access levels have gotten a nice refresh here. So the three options would be anyone assigned to certain permission groups. So when you check that box, you can pick and choose which titles the analytic roles are able to see those different dashboards. You can then change it to only full access users, or the third option would basically be anyone at your company. So any internal users of ProNovos, we can give access to, those individuals, right? So obviously this being the ProNovos database, we're saying anyone with an username listed as internal user for ProNovos would be able to see this dashboard, right? So at the end of the day, we're trying to limit the number of clicks and loading and kind of making it a little bit more efficient from that end as well. Now, what you can also do before, anyone who's, created some custom reports had to publish them into the old analytics marketplace. There was kind of some hoops, and generally speaking, had to go through ProNovos, myself or Garrett, to kind of replace some of the existing dashboards. So we made this a little bit simpler as well. So if I had a custom version of, let's say, the executive dashboard, you can click the 3-dot icon, you can hit replace, and now I can go find my custom version of my executive dashboard, in this case, to replace the standard version of it. Before, there was like a link you had to grab and post it in here and make sure the text was appropriate. So being able to replace these dashboards has gotten a whole heck of a lot easier as well. So once again, find the 3-dot icon, replace, and this list is pulling from all of the dashboards that exist within the company folder for that particular account, right? Okay. So we've got the tabs covered. We've got kind of our standard dashboards. Obviously running them, just click them like you would normally. The other piece that got a pretty big update would be the custom report functionality, right? So to run the reports, you're going to go to custom, and you can click on them to open them up. Pretty similar. These are the published versions of those custom reports. The drafts are going to be the reports that I've put into the company folder that I haven't yet published to the analytics page, right? So if I wanted to say this accounts receivable one is currently in my drafts section and I want to publish it, I can simply click on publish, make sure the name is appropriate, and then I can pick and choose which of those categories along the top that I want to publish this dashboard to, as well as your permissions for those individual dashboards. If you wanted to edit, maybe these are still in the draft phase, and I want to make edits to any of these particular dashboards, when you hover over it, you can go into the edit, and it's going to open that dashboard up in a new tab so that I can replace any of the metrics or change up the text or any of the, ways that I want to change how the dashboard looks and feels. Okay, so that's option A for editing those dashboards. Option B, to get into the custom report writer to either create new dashboards or get a little bit more screen space in the edit feature, you're going to go into this create new draft, and you'll kind of see, for anyone who's created those custom reports, this will look familiar, where you can go into the file, open, find the dashboard that we want to edit, or this can be the screen that we're looking to create our new dashboards from scratch. So if I wanted to say, well, I want to create something around my job information, I can pull in my job level information, put my metrics and everything in here. Once I get it to a place where, all right, this is the report I want to have, and I want to save it so that I can publish it to the analytics page. Once you have it ready, you're going to go to File, Save As, and we're always going to find the name of the company, right? So if it was ABC Contractors, you'll see an ABC Contractors Custom Dashboards section. Give it a name, so I can call this my job summary, call it dashboard. So once I have it saved in that folder, now when I go back to my analytics page and I go into my draft section here, just refresh it, I'll see that job summary dashboard is right here. So then all I need to do to publish it is hover over it, publish, throw it maybe in my custom folder, edit my permissions, and now I can save it. Now it'll drop out of the drafts section, go to my published, go to my custom, and now I can see that that job summary dashboard now exists within the analytics page here. Right. So all things said, the goal was to enhance the end user, whoever's creating these custom reports, one, to be able to organize these appropriately, to give you some more customization around which tabs we want to have viewed at the top, but then also making it a lot simpler to post those new dashboards into the analytics page, while also giving more flexibility and functionality around replacing those custom versions of those standard dashboards. So I see a lot of people maybe make some changes to the executive dashboard for one reason or another, or maybe I want different information in that project data health. So once you create that custom version, save it in the folder, once again, going to the 3-dot icon, replacing, and now I can pick that new version of whichever report I want to replace the standard version of that dashboard with. Okay. So those are some of the big changes that we've made to the analytics page. Like I said, a lot of it around just kind of organizing the different dashboards here, giving more flexibility into the custom nature of it. So if there's any questions, comments, requests, or feature enhancements with the new marketplace here, feel free to reach out to the team and let us know what your thoughts are on kind of the new refresh to the analytics page, and also kind of how we're handling those custom dashboards within the analytics page itself. Okay. So we got some, we wanted to make sure we got this out just to have some backup, video around these new updates, and we'll do these as we start rolling out new features within ProNovos on a pretty regular basis. So if there's any questions, comments, concerns, please let us know. We'll be happy to take in considerations into other ways that we can further customize the analytics page. But that is kind of the high level overview of what changes we have made in the marketplace here. So thank you guys for jumping on, for those that joined live, and as we roll out more updates, we'll be sure to share more product updates with you all. So if nothing else, thank you guys for jumping on, and we'll see you soon in the next product update. All right, thanks guys.